Hiya, welcome to Darren in the Studio. Thank you for swinging by for another video. First of all, I wanted to thank everybody for subscribing and liking in recent weeks. I did a video about Kiss recently and it absolutely went crazy. We got loads and loads of viewers and comments and all sorts of things, and subscribers just off the back of that video. So, as with all videos that we do here on the channel, if you do like what you see, I really appreciate it if you sort of liked and subscribed and all that kind of stuff. I don't get any money for doing these videos. I do them purely because I love to do them. But it would be great to get more subscribers. I was looking for 500 subscribers at the end of 2023, and we absolutely smashed it. I think we're about 547, something like that, at this recording. So what is this video about? This video is going to be one of the last videos of this year. I intend on doing 2 more videos before the end of 2023, but this video is the video where we look at some of the music that I bought this year that has been released this year. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't really bought that much brand new music this year. A lot of my music purchases are sort of budget purchases, if you will. I buy a lot of stuff secondhand and all that kind of stuff. So all these albums that I'm going to show you, of course, are all brand new. All came out in 2023. There's 10 of them. And these are the albums. There's more than 10 things that I've bought this year, but these would be the albums that would stand out. And to be fair, there isn't actually that much more than 10. So these would, in the main, are pretty much it where it comes to sort of buying stuff this year, which actually came out this year. They're all in alphabetical order. There's 10 of them. The majority of them are on vinyl. There's a couple of CDs in there. Let's start off with B, and we're looking for The Ballad Mongrels. You'll have seen this on the channel. We did a Dogs D'Amour video, and this, I think this was featured in there. I think it was. If not, I might have featured Matty James Cassidy's albums in there. This is Matty James Cassidy along with Tyler from the Dogs D'Amour, The Ballad Mongrels. This was the debut album Trouble that came out this year. I'm not sure what label this is on. Valiant's Music is the copyright on it, but it doesn't necessarily give you a label as such. This is just the black vinyl version. Comes with a nice inner sleeve with all the lyrics. Nice little picture of James and Tyler. If you get a chance to see these two, then do so. I think the Dogs D'Amour are sort of back on the road again. It's a completely different lineup. I think Matty's part of the lineup this year, but this came out this year. Really good sort of song. If you like the Dogs D'Amour, you'll like this. It's very sort of how can I put it? It's difficult to describe. Vagabond kind of music. You know what the Dogs D'Amour were like, but this is what this album's like. And if you get a chance to check out Matty James Cassidy's solo stuff, then do so, because he puts out some great stuff. The Ballad Mongrels, Trouble, released this year. Next up, an album which I wouldn't have bought if I wasn't a Kiss fan. And this album musically disappointed me a little bit, but I had to have it because I'm a Kiss fan. This is Eric Carr. This is the Rockology album. This is the double album vinyl that was put out part of 2023 Record Store Day. Now, a lot of Rockology, the songs on here were already previously been released in the sort of late 90s, I think. But this was the complete version of Rockology with some of the demos and stuff like that. The track listing's there. If you want to have a look at that. This is on beautiful splatter vinyl, which I absolutely love. This, I'll just show you one of the records. You'll have seen this on my one of my month roundup of purchases. Comes with a poster and liner notes, and like I said, it also includes a lot of demos that weren't made available on the original CD version of Rockology, which, like I said, came out in the mid-90s, I think. If I get a chance, if I ever come across the original Rockology from Eric Carr, I'll get it. Of course, Eric Carr passed away in 1991, and but had recorded a lot of material, and this was that material. But like I said, if I wasn't a Kiss fan, I wouldn't have picked this up. And you can get this now on eBay for a lot of money. It goes for silly money, and I paid a little bit over the odds for this. Next up, brand new album from Alice Cooper. I really liked this album. Something that you will have seen on the channel before. This is Road. This is the double black vinyl. No, it's not the black. I don't know if this is black vinyl or not. I can't remember what colour it is. This is the double album version of it anyway. No, this is the blue vinyl version of it. Really like this album. I think this is one of Alice's best albums in recent years. I wasn't really a fan of the album before this, the Detroit Stories. Had some good songs on it, but I prefer this album. The album artwork is really nice as well. Got this on CD as well. It includes a Live in Hellfest, I think, DVD. Some of the standout tracks on here: I'm Alice, Welcome to the Show, White Line Frankenstein, Big Boots is probably my favourite track on this album. Road Rats, the re-recorded version of the 1977 song, and it ends up with Magic Bus on it, which I believe is an old Who song, which they re-recorded for. They did a cover of it rather for this album. The only thing that disappointed me about this album, if I've got a disappointment, if I've got a criticism, would be that the drum solo in Magic Bus is not needed. I think it spoils it completely. But Alice Cooper Road, good little album from Alice this year. Next up, a new old album. Am I allowed to choose this? I am allowed to choose this. Here's an album which originally came out in 1988, and this is my favourite of this artist. This is Steve Forbert. This is Steve Forbert's Streets of This Town, revisited. Not re-recorded or anything like that. They just got the original tapes from Geffen Records, which it was originally out on, and stripped it back. Took some of the overproduction from it and stripped it back, and the CD version gives you an extra track, which is a bit disappointing for the vinyl, because the vinyl doesn't include that extra track. But Steve Forbert, Streets of This Town, the revisited version. I think I might prefer this version to the original, because like I said, it's really stripped back and not acoustic. Still got the band, that big live band sound, but it's just got some nice little twerks to it along the way. Steve Forbert, one of my favourite American singer-songwriters. Streets of This Town, from 1988, but reissued on the Blue Rose label, courtesy of Geffen Records, in 2023. Next up, going back to Alice Cooper a little bit, and again an album which sort of disappointed me a little bit. The Hollywood Vampires. Mentioned this on the channel before. This is the Live in Rio double album. I think this is just the standard black vinyl version, recorded in 2015, which I think is actually a little bit disappointing, because they don't include any of the Rise album material on this album, which I think is a better album than the first Hollywood Vampires album. Alice Cooper, Johnny Depp, Joe Perry, Tommy Hendrickson, of course, amongst others. Recorded live in Rio, 2015. This came out this year. Hollywood Vampires double album. I would have preferred a more recent concert than this. This is numbered. This is number 2,975 of 10,000. Next up, a CD, and this is a self-financed album. This is a band called Loco. Come from the Midlands, sort of like the Birmingham area. This album is called Awakening. It's not on any label. It's just a self-financed album. The artwork's beautiful, though. There you go. Whoops, put that back in. This album, I was really looking forward to this coming out, and I've played quite a few tracks from this album on my radio, on my rock show. Really, really good sort of goth rock sort of style to it. Great live as well. They really put on a great show. If you get a chance to check out Loco, then do so. Check out the Facebook page and all that sort of stuff. Loco, The Awakening, came out this year. Next up, one of my favourite bands, and I intended to see them this year, but because we were so flooded out here in Leicestershire, I couldn't get to go there. We actually started out on the journey. I'd got tickets to see them in Birmingham, and we started out, and it just got, the flooding was everywhere, and we just couldn't get out of the village. So we ended up turning round and coming back. So £60 worth of tickets went down the drain. Sadly, unfortunately, the rain didn't. These are the Long Riders. This is their album that came out this year, September, November. It's on the Cherry Red label. This is the single vinyl version of it, also available on download and CD. This is the first album that the Long Riders did since the death of Tom Stevens, their bass player, who sadly passed away. For the tour, they had the bass player from, I forget what the band's called now, Murray, I think his name is. They had him on bass. This album's great. I really like this. I love the Long Riders. Actually, Tom Stevens, like I said, Tom sadly passed away a couple of years ago. Tom does actually feature on this album on one of the tracks. Long Riders, September, November. Really great album. Like I said, unfortunately, didn't get a chance to see them this year because of the flooding. But when they come back next year, and I'm sure they will, I'll buy tickets again, and hopefully it won't be raining 40 days and 40 nights. Long Riders, September, November. Next up, I think album of the year for me. Certainly the album that I've enjoyed the most, which is, of all these records, this would be the album that I think is the best. Got rave reviews as well, and I genuinely do love this album. This is the Rolling Stones, Hackney Diamonds. There's not a bad track on here. Favourites, Angry's great, Depending on You, Bite My Head Off is superb, Mess It Up, Live by the Sword, Driving Me Too Hard, Tell Me Straight. Just a lot of great tracks on this. If you haven't heard this yet, believe the hype. You know, they say don't believe the hype, but do believe the hype. This is a great album. Rolling Stones, Hackney Diamonds. Only got this on CD. I wasn't really interested in it. I was interested in buying the vinyl, but it was very expensive, and the CD was like a fraction of the price. So I picked up the CD as well. I don't think I'll be buying it on vinyl because I'm happy with just the CD. Hackney Diamonds, Rolling Stones, album of the year, I think this for sure. Next up, I think this was this a Record Store Day thing? I'm not sure. No, I don't think so. But this was put out and includes older material, if you like. These are a band called the Raw Republic. I don't know if you've seen or know who the Raw Republic are, but they're a great little, I think are they Swedish, I think? Raw Republic. I'll get this out of the thing because it's not very good in this jacket. Does that look better? That's better. Raw Republic. This is called Hits and Pieces. double EP, Hits and Pieces and Live at Olympia. The only thing which is disappointing with this, and I think I said it when I went through my month roundup for this, is there's no track details on there at all, which is very sort of kind of annoying a little bit. So I had to print off the track listing off the computer. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks studio and 5 tracks recorded live at the Olympia in Paris. 2023 Trip in the Night. So there was some new music on this, but stuff like Ratata and Magic and Back from the Dead was released sort of 2020 and 2021. Hits and Pieces and Live at the Olympia, Raw Republic. Only available on this picture disc vinyl. Next up, and last one, but certainly not least, and like I say, these are all in alphabetical order, and we sort of went through this and I featured this on the channel not that long ago. This has been out a couple of months now. This is When Rivers Meet. And When Rivers Meet are these two, who are a married couple, and they are Grace and Aaron Bond, along with bass and drums by Adam Bowers. Really great. I think I've got all their stuff now, and I've just picked up their Christmas single as well, which I'll mention on our December roundup. Aces Are High is the album. Again, it's not necessarily on a label. It's on One Road Records, it says there. But it's, again, I think it's all sort of financed stuff. This is their other album that I have on vinyl is Beautiful Splatter vinyl. And this is just as beautiful. I mean, what's not to like about that? I think the light really catches it nice on this today. When Rivers Meet, Aces Are High is the album. Do check them out. I'm hoping that I'll get to see them live this coming year, 2024, because I really do like their stuff. They do a lot of festivals in the UK and all that sort of stuff. So if you get a chance, check this out. Aces Are High. This is a nice little signed copy. When Rivers Meet is the band, and it's out on the One Records label, like I said, put out this year, 2023. That's it. That's our roundup of stuff that I've bought this year, which was brand new. There were a few other things, but I think they were the ones that I really wanted to highlight for this video. If you like what you see on this video, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, you know the deal. And hopefully we'll see you again for another video very, very soon. Take care, folks. Ta-da.